everybody and welcome back to BrittyElf22. As we can tell, today is not my typical video that I would normally make. Today is a life update and basically just my, general experience of living with a disability, which, gotta say, sucks. Definitely sucks. That's definitely not gonna be in dispute in this video. So obviously, as a lot of you know, I haven't been doing regular uploads lately because I'm so busy, I'm attending a college. You know, I've got all this stuff that I need to do. I'm a very busy person currently, and I have plushies that I need to make, because I have my little Etsy business, which there was a whole discussion about that, forever and a day ago when my little spice of YouTube drama happened with my very dear friend. Anyway, so I'm attending this college. It's a business administration course because my physical disability makes it so that I can't stand up and do work. I have to have a seated job, which requires either being behind a desk or something either administration-y that, you know. So, I'm doing business administration. I had the most horrible people there. I'm not going to mention any names of any people or any organization that I was with because that's just doesn't seem very, yeah. You know, and besides, everyone who watches my videos is in a different country to me anyway, so what does it even matter? So I'm doing this course, right, for business administration, which I was originally doing business retail until I was just like, hey, that's pretty dumb, because obviously I can't stand up. Why would I do a business retail course when I can't stand up to do the business retail that I'm required to do? So I changed that and I switched over to business administration. But the story behind the fact of why I was doing business retail first was because the job provider that I was with threw me into this course without my consent. It wasn't my choice. They forced me into doing it. I'm not sure. I don't want to point out that there's, discrimination against people with disabilities, because I really couldn't give a damn about all that. What I'm saying is, I don't know. Every job agency I've ever been with have bullied me. They've forced me to do things that I shouldn't as a disabled person, and it's really retarded. Thankfully, I'm with a new one now. We'll get to that later because they're really good. So, I've been with two other job agencies before the one I'm currently with, and they were a nightmare. The first one tried to get me to do all these interviews and garbage with jobs that literally made me stand up for hours on end, even though I have the working time of a disabled person because I have lower hours than a normal person for obvious reasons. So they threw me into this course I didn't want to do, and whenever I tried to question them on it, they'd accuse me of being difficult and hard to get along with, so eventually I just learned to shut up and deal with it, and just, deal with it, because I didn't want to rock the boat, I didn't want to cause all this drama, because I didn't want to have to get into anything with a job agency or whatever and get a bad rap if I ever moved on to another one, or my employers would be like, oh, you're like this, and whatever. So I got thrown into business retail, and it was a nightmare. I have a learning curve where I can't, learn from being told. I need to physically be able to do what you're trying to explain to me so that I can have it imprinted into my brain so that I can actually do this later on in life. And they didn't understand that, nor did they even care. Far be it from me to expect special, treatment for the special needs students, but, whatever. So I quit, and the person who treated me rather well there, who was somewhat helpful, he was kind of helpful, but the minute I said I was quitting and the reasons they gave, she just treated me like she didn't want to know me. And that's happened a lot, and it's really strange. I don't understand why people like that. It's so I quit your course. It wasn't helping me. Don't you care more about the fact that I should be doing what's better for me rather than helping you make money? So then I moved on to business administration because I knew that was where I needed to be. And it's I got carpal tunnel from doing their course because their place is so retarded and backwards that they don't use digital stuff. You have to write it all out on paper. They told me that they have a warehouse down in another state just so that they can keep all their paperwork from all the students for 7 years according to the law of whatever and whatever. And it was really stupid because I started bucking the system, why are you making everyone do it on paper? That's, where's the digital element? Why are you so in the past that you can't even offer digital stuff and whatever? So obviously, everybody, I make sure everybody knows whenever I start with them that all my issues, everything that I need help with, and nobody cares. It's registering as a disabled person nowadays might as well mean, oh, we're gonna bully you, because that's all that literally happens. And so, I'm explaining to them that, I'm in a lot of pain, my shoulders are stuffed, everything on me is broken. Like, for example of how broken my body is, I can't stand up straight for one because I've got all these like spine issues and everything, and that's why standing up is like a nightmare and why I don't stand. I like sitting. Like, for example of how broken I am, you can tell that I'm not even sitting up straight, even though to me, my brain registers this as my spine being straight because my body goes like on a weird angle. Like, I have a lot of issues and I can't help that, and I'm sick and tired of everyone treating me like I'm the problem. It's like, did you think I asked to be born with these issues? You know? It's like, don't have a go at me for making your life miserable because you have to, like, do all this stuff and make it comfortable for me. I have to live this on a daily basis. Do you think I like it? No. Just stop making me feel like I'm the problem. The second job agency that I joined, which was... it was never good. I'm not just going to put it out there. It was never good. The person I used to see treated me like garbage. She looked down on me all the time. She would belittle me. She would just talk down to me all the time. Like, that's just how she was. Like, I shouldn't go to a place that is a job agency specifically for disabled people and expect to be treated like garbage. It's just, it shouldn't be how the system works. So I went through that liaison and ended up with another lady who was okay for a while, but, you know, then she just completely lost the plot. Like, the more I started explaining to her, like, my issues, because one of my biggest issues that I have is that I suck up my pain. Like, I don't tell people for the sake of feeling like a complainer. I don't want people to think I'm complaining because I just, like, get up and go, like, move on. Like, you know, I don't dwell on things like, yeah, it sucks for me, but I get over it and I move on, and I don't want to dwell on things that may be like, oh, I'm a whiner, oh, pity me, blah, 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 blah. So after I started explaining all these things to her, she treated me like garbage, you know, like, she tried to set up this thing, which was really, really stupid. Like, even she explained that it was a waste of time, basically, for me. And, like, I explained to her, like, you know, I can't do it at this time because I have insomnia. Like, I get about 3 hours sleep. I'm absolutely dead tired all the time. It's absolutely garbage. Like, I have prescription sleeping pills. My brain defies sleeping pills. Then I wake up 2 hours late every time I take them. When then I'm told that they'll knock me out and keep me out until, like, however many hours later. But nope, my brain says, no, we're going to wake up 2 hours later, so I never get enough sleep and whatever. And I don't want to rely on a sleeping pill anyway, because obviously, as we know, they have really bad side effects, and I don't want to have to deal with that because I don't want to have to be relying on a drug for any. So I explained to her, you know, the fact that I have insomnia, which she knew about when I first transferred to it. Like, everybody there knew. So I told her that, and I told her that, you know, it sucks for me to stand up. Like, I can't stand up. I can't sit in any seat. Like, this specific chair that I have is a racer chair, and I need it because I need that specific support that it has. I can't sit in just any ergonomic chair for my back. It has to be a specific kind. And, like, it might suck for the job agency, but it sucks for me too because I'm out of pocket at home trying to make my own house livable for me. It's not easy. So, like, I explained all these things to her, but she really just didn't care. She accused me of, like, arguing with her and trying to be argumentative and, like, annoying her on purpose, which I clearly wasn't. I wasn't trying to be annoying. Like, this is why I don't say anything, because everyone's just like, oh, you're a problem, you just were complaining, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to deal with it, so I never say anything. But there's a point where I've had enough. Like, I've had enough of living in pain and, like, sucking up pain for other people who clearly don't give a damn about my well-being. So I started explaining all these things to her and, like, saying how, you know, I need all this, and this, and if you yourself are going to tell me that going up to this thing is a waste of my time, why would I want to attend? It's not beneficial to anybody. And it was just really stupid, like, oh, go to the workplace and see what goes on or whatever. Mind you, though, it was at the job agency place. And I know how that works, because I have to sit there, like, sometimes forever while I'm waiting to see the people, and, you know, I get a feel of what's going on in the surroundings, like, people are answering phones, people are talking to other people, blah, blah, blah. I know how it works. Like, going there again to do it isn't going to help me any, because I've already seen it and whatever. She also started telling me, you know, all this sort of stuff, like, oh, you're going to be removed from us in 6 weeks, and stuff like that, and, like, if you're not studying or you don't have a job, you're going to have to move on and find a different job agency. Meanwhile, I'm not sure if any of my viewers are disabled themselves and whatever, and understand how hard it is to find a job that can mesh with whatever disability they have, whether it be mental, physical, or whatever. It's not easy. You can't just get a job, and, like, you can't just do courses for the rest of your life. You know, you need a job in order to support yourself. So the fact that my job agency, who's for disabled people, was telling me that I needed to move on if I didn't have either of these things, because I'm finishing out my course as well. Like, I'm getting there. I'm, like, I don't know, halfway or, like, 3/4 through or whatever. And, like, the fact that she's telling me, like, you're gonna have to move on or leave or whatever. And so, like, and she just kept telling me, like, dropping hints, like, you know, we don't want you. She didn't want me anymore. She was so fed up with me. Her attitude was so bad and appalling that I could have reported her to somebody and she would have been reprimanded or something like that, because her attitude was garbage. And so the last time I visited her, and this was before I rang the 1-800 number, which lets me jump over to a different job agency without them knowing about it, the people I'm with, she got so ticked off by that, by the way, more on that in a second. Like, her attitude was like, oh, you're gonna be removed from us in 6 weeks anyway. And you could tell that she didn't want me to, like, renew anything. She didn't want me back after those 6 weeks. She didn't want to know about me. She was so fed up with me and my disabilities. And that's what really ticks me off. It's kind of why I'm making this video. Like, I've had enough. I'm tired of people treating other people like this. It's like, I'm a very diplomatic person. You'll never know I hate somebody unless they screw me over, like, Alex Perrier. But that's not what this is about. It's like, I'm not intentionally a douchebag to anybody. Unless you screw me over and you make it abundantly clear that you're trying to, like, that's when the facade of, like, I'm being nice to you gets dropped, and that's when, like... So I transferred over to this new place that I'm with, and she, my last job agency lady, called my college and had to talk to her, and she was just absolutely rude and, like, just, wow. Because my college lady told me later what happened, and she couldn't even believe the attitude, which was really weird. Like, I did not expect her to get that mad. It's like, she accused me of not wanting to find a job and wanting to sit on my butt all day and do nothing. Like, oh, you're not trying to find a job, you're just trying to mooch onto the system and whatever and get benefits and blah, blah, blah. And so when I took the initiative to go over to a different job, she got so ticked. It's like, oh my gosh, everything I ever said about it was a lie. Oh no, I'm so mad now. It was just really stupid. And like, it's like, I obviously talked to the college lady for a while and was like explaining everything that was going on, because she's very nice and understanding. I like her, she's very good. She replaced another douchebag that we had there. I'm so glad for her, like, oh, bless her. So anyway, I transferred over to this new place, and the guy that I'm working with is so good. He's so understanding of my issues and everything, and I could not hope for a better job agency. Like, he actually gives a damn that I'm broken, which is really nice. It's, like, after being screwed over for so long by various job agencies and various people who don't give a damn about my issues, it's so nice to have somebody who actually cares. But the problem is, like, I need to talk to him about, like, my college and everything, because my college is, like, really garbage. Like, I need either, like, I need a specific, like, table that can, like, go to my shape. It's like, think about being in a wheelchair, and you know how they have special desks that go around the chair so that it can, like, be easier for them to, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, yay high, and it's, like, really easy for them to do whatever it is they're doing, like, the laptop, whatever, while they're sitting there in their wheelchair and stuff like that. Like, that's what I need. Like, I need the specific table as one. I need a specific chair as well, because, like, if I'm gonna have to, like, walk there and whatever, I need to be able to sit comfortably because my spine is so messed up. Like, so I need to, like, because they don't care, like, and this is another thing. This is something that really takes me off. One of the ladies who works at the college is the one that I don't like. There's only one lady that I like, and she's really good. But the other one's like, But anyway, so obviously, as we know now, I'm extremely disabled. But this lady, she sprained her back. Well, as she's there, right? So, get this. Behind her desk, she has this really, really, really nice chair. Oh, it's got all the lumbar support, all the support for everything. It's so ergonomic. It's like, woof. But, like, she's got this, and the floor is so easy to move around on. Like, you can roll your chair really easily around on that floor. Like, just the slightest push and your chair will move, right? So, she took the chair, the only decent chair there at the college, because all the other kids are absolutely disgusting excuses for college students. If it was a regular college, because the one that I'm attending is the most pathetic sham of a college I've ever seen. Like, it's so pathetic, it's just insane. I don't know how it passes the college. But it's so pathetic. Like, I got the only chair that wasn't broken so that I, the disabled person, could sit somewhere comfortably. And she stole it off me, being like, oh, I sprained my back, I need it. And I'm just like, honey, you have a chair. You have a desk. Why do you need my chair? Like, no one even offered the fact that, oh yeah, you know, you can sit in it if I'm going to take this one. And I'm just like, I'm disabled. You know I am. You know my back has all these issues. You know that's why I keep saying it. So it just ticked me off so much, and I, like, because I told her, like, but I tailored that chair to me, you know, like, you have to lift up the back, you have to angle it just right so that your back doesn't hurt as much and whatever. It's really hard to explain unless you have a disability, like, but, you know, you have to lift the chair, you have to twist it. Like, I hurt myself setting up the chair the way I needed it, which ticked me off even more, because I physically hurt myself to set up the chair to alleviate some of the pain that I'm always in. And she took it. And I said, you know, why do you need my chair? And she's like, because I sprained my back and I set it up for the ergonomics that I need. I'm like, but you have a chair. And I was like, but I need that chair. And she's like, well, I'm here every day, you're not, so I need it. And I'm just like, okay, but seriously, she has a good chair behind her desk, and she stole mine. Well, technically it's not mine, but it's designated me because I'm disabled. And she took it, which ticks me off. Because, you know, it's just really dumb how it's like, oh, I sprained my back, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry you're gonna have to put up with about a week of pain. I have to live with this forever. This is not going away. And the more older I get, I'm gonna get considerably more screwed up. So the fact that you're just like, oh, but I need a chair because it suits my ergonomics. Meanwhile, you stole it off of the disabled person. Good job. Another problem I have with this course is, like I said, it's an absolute sham of college. It's the most pitiful excuse I've ever seen. Like, the courses are so retarded. Like, they got all these stupid questions. It's like, the course itself is for a person who either has a job or a traineeship. And I have neither. I've never worked a day in my life besides making all these plushies and whatever, right? So I don't understand the question. Like, the problem is that whenever I ask this lady a question, her excuse is like, oh, you know, just look it up online. Mind you, I'm expected to use a table that A is going to screw me up. I know this sounds like I'm complaining, but seriously, it's hard when you have a disability. So, like, I have to use a table that's so height disproportionate to me that, like, it stuffed up my carpal tunnel even more. Then, like, I don't know what I'm looking for. I've never had a job. I don't know what I'm looking for. They don't bother to explain it to you. I've explained to them multiple times that I have a learning curve. Do they care? No. They don't care at all. They just want to do what they're doing, and they don't want to help me at all. It's like, why are you here? Why are you working here if you don't intend to help the student? It's like, I'm a special needs student both mentally and physically. I have a learning curve where if you don't show me what I'm doing, I will not retain any information. I don't retain written information. Bad enough I'm doing this course, and I won't remember any of it anyway. I don't even remember what I've studied so far. It's like, so when I actually get the job, it's a glorified bit of paper that doesn't mean anything. So, like, if I'm gonna have to put up with doing a course that isn't really gonna help me at all, I want to do it comfortably because I'm so sick of dealing with all this garbage. Like, it's like I'm saying, like, I want to be able to do the course that isn't going to help me, at least marginally comfortably, because it's just going to screw me over. And, like, and if I eventually get the job in business administration, I won't be physically fit to do it because I'm, like, I'll have stuffed myself so much. It's like, I have to hunch over the desk in order to be able to do the course itself, like, and able to, like, write down, because you need to, like, you know, lean over to write what you're doing, and it hurts my back to do it. Like, I'm not supposed to do that. Doctors told me not to do it. Like, my shoulders is stuffed, my wrist is clearly stuffed, like, and my back is stuffed, my spine's stuffed, everything's stuffed, and, like, they expect me to do all this stuff. It's like, I need to get my job agency to help me get an occupational therapist, just so I can get the occupational therapist to help me, like, get the things that I need from this place. It's like, they don't have anything set up for disabled people at all. It's like, there needs to be some kind of system implemented to help people that come through your course who are as disabled as I am. I'm not asking too much when I ask to, like, at least be slightly catered for, because it sucks. But basically, so this doesn't turn into just, like, an amazing rant about everything and nothing at the same time. Like, that's basically why everything is delayed. Like, I'm dealing with so much. Like, I'm going to all these doctors, and, like, I need to tee stuff up with my job in so that I can get my quality of life slightly improved, so that it works better for me, because, like, clearly no one else gives a damn that I'm disabled, or even, like, wants to. And it's just, it's so stupid that I have to deal with this. And I'm just making this video to, like, basically scream into the void and be like, maybe some other people out there have, like, gone through what I'm going through currently, or you currently are dealing with it like I am currently dealing with it. But it's basically just me, like I said, screaming into the void of nothingness to, like, get some stuff off of my chest, because, like, it's so annoying. On top of that, I've got, like, Christmas orders coming out of my ear, and I'm going to be working over Christmas as well, so a lot of videos are especially going to be delayed. I don't know when I'm going to get my next video out. I honestly have no idea. This one is just kind of like an update because I wanted to say something for a while. I just never really found the best way to put it into words. But yeah, that's basically it. I appreciate you listening to my rant, even though it was pretty pathetic. But thanks for listening anyway, and I hope you enjoyed the video with this small update of my life. And thank you for listening to me scream into the void, and I'll see you next time.